watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. You guys see that gold Escalade? That car belongs to Little Richard because Little Richard lives in this hotel, and when he's here, this car is here. Now, Little Richard has been in a wheelchair since 2009. He had a hip operation and he hasn't been able to walk, but this is where he lives when he's in town. I have not seen him, but he's here because his car is here. The front desk, their official line is that they cannot confirm or deny anything. But there are other people here who work at the hotel who have more information. So yeah, so I think that's really cool. It's kind of cool to stay in the same hotel where Little Richard is living. You know, he's a rock and roll icon. watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals.
You guys hungry? Sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy.
Right now it's about 5:15 p.m. and I'm uploading tonight's video. And I want to tell you what happened to me this afternoon because it's just like crazy. So today I sat through like a 3-hour lunch. It was fun, but it was also an awards presentation, and those can get really boring. And around, I would say, maybe around like 2:30, I decided that I had sat there long enough. I was there for like 2.5 hours and I just needed to kind of get up and walk around. It's like, I felt like, okay, for me, it was over. So I left and I walked to a store where I made a few purchases. And from there I said, let me take those back to my hotel room and put them in the room so I don't have to carry them around all day. So I walk all the way back to my hotel room and I noticed that the maid was never there. Like, it was already almost 3 p.m. at that point, and I'm like, that's really weird. I left the hotel room around 8:30 in the morning, and by now it should have been cleaned, but it had not been cleaned. So I was like, okay, that's strange. So then I figured, okay, while I'm here in the hotel room, let me just put on my computer and finish editing tonight's video. Then I can upload it and I'll just be done. So I sit down at the desk and I start editing tonight's video. And about knocking the door and I'm thinking, oh, that's weird. Maybe it's someone I know. So I open the door and it's the maid and she's looking at me like, what are you doing in the room? And I see her and then I realize, oh, she's coming to clean the room. So I said to her, okay, I'll be out in 10 minutes. So I shut the door and then I had to like close out of the programs, power down the computer, put it in my bag. I packed everything up and I said, oh my gosh, let me go down and work in the lobby, because if I work in the lobby, I might be able to see little Richard because he might be coming back. When I came back to the hotel, his car was not there, but I figured maybe he'd be coming back from somewhere and then I'd be able to see him come in. Maybe I could even meet him. So I go and I situate myself at a table in the lobby that was like directly across from the door. And I'm sitting there and within 5 minutes, the gold Escalade pulls up. So I'm thinking to myself, oh my God, this is like amazing. Like, so I get my camera out and I'm like in position to start taking photos, but I realize that it's taking him a really long time to get out of the car. Like, there's a whole bunch of people and it's like a big production. And it was probably, I would say, 20 to 30 minutes before he ended up coming inside. But during that time, it was great because I sat there and I edited tonight's video. And while I was doing that, I noticed that there were these 2 older guys and they were like hanging around the lobby and they were kind of blatantly watching for little Richard to come in. I mean, I was sitting at a table working on my laptop. I think I was really nonchalant about it, but these 2 guys were like really kind of blatant. So what happened was, after probably like 20 or 30 minutes, little Richard eventually gets wheeled into the lobby and very quickly wheeled across the lobby and I guess to the elevators. I don't know because I couldn't see because of where I was sitting. He didn't look around. They didn't stop to look at anyone. They just kind of like walked where they were going with a purpose, and that was that. But during that time, I was able to put my camera on and catch him being wheeled across the lobby, which was really cool because now I've documented the fact that, yeah, I was in the hotel where little Richard lives. So as soon as he was wheeled through, it happened really fast. I was like, oh wow, this is so great. I caught it on camera. So I hit the stop button on the camera and somehow those 2 guys that were also waiting for him, somehow now all of a sudden they were standing like a few feet to my right. So I turn and I look at them and we both kind of acknowledge each other and they're like, that's little Richard. I was like, yeah, I know. I just got video of him being wheeled across the lobby. And they were like, oh my gosh, that's so great. And I was like, yeah, I could email it to you. So I give them my phone and I was like, yeah, just type in your email address and I'll email you the footage. And they were so happy by that. The next thing I know, one of them gives me this. And I was like, what is that? And they're like, this is the book that little Richard gave them when he was getting out of the car. So it seems that these 2 guys had talked to him while he was outside while he was getting out of the car. Little Richard handed them this book, and let me show you what's inside of it. And this photo, which says, "God loves and cares for you. Please don't forget that, Little Richard." So basically, this is like a pre-printed postcard, and that's signed. This is not an individual signature. It's pre-printed on there. But this book and this photo was in Little Richard's car just a few hours ago. Little Richard then handed these to the guy that I met in the lobby. And because I videotaped Little Richard being wheeled across the lobby and told the guy that I would email him the footage, he then gave me the book and the photo because he said that they had another copy. It was two guys, and I guess they each had one. So he gave me his. So right now, I have these. And how crazy a story is that? Like, what are the chances I'm gonna be sitting in those awards saying, you know what, I'm really bored, I need to leave right now. I go and I do some shopping, and then I say, I need to walk back to my hotel and I need to put that in the room. Then I decide, okay, well, let me edit a video while I'm in the room. And then the maid just randomly happens to knock on the door, and I just randomly happen to realize, oh my gosh, I should be editing in the lobby because maybe I could run into Little Richard. I get down to the lobby, his car pulls up like 5 minutes later, so I'm hanging out there editing a video. I notice the two guys that are also waiting for him, and I film him being wheeled across the lobby, and the two guys just happen to be standing next to me after he's wheeled across the lobby, and I film it. I just happen to start talking to those guys, tell them I'm going to email them the footage, and then they hand me this. I mean, the chances of that happening are like so slim to none. I am so ridiculously lucky. Like, it's just been a crazy afternoon. This book is called Finding Peace Within, a book for people in need. And Little Richard hands this book to everyone that he meets. On the back of the book, it says, "Stress can cripple you. Today's fast-paced lifestyles demand relief. Personal disappointments, broken family relationships, and job-related stresses are crippling thousands." Published in more than 100 languages, this easy-to-read, easy-to-follow guide offers lasting solutions to the challenges of everyday stress. Discover what millions of readers have discovered. Finding Peace Within is a book for people in need. This is what it looks like inside. It says Part 1, The Way to Christ by E.G. White, and Part 2, The Christian Way by L. Munilla and C.E. Wheeling. All rights reserved. Copyright 2005 by Inspiration Books East Incorporated. That's really cool. Now, those of you who know of Little Richard may know of his history and how he quit showbiz for a while to study religion, and I believe he even became a minister or a preacher himself. And then he went back to music, and I believe right now he has gone back to his life of serving God. And so this is what he handed out. So yeah, it's been a crazy, crazy day. watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you. Okay, you guys just witnessed it. That was the first time I've ever brushed Splash more than like 1 or 2 strokes. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. What you're seeing is little Richard being helped into his gold Escalade. And why you're seeing it is because I have to leave for the airport this morning. I have to leave the hotel at 11 a.m., but I was ready to go at 10 a.m. And because I had an extra hour, I thought I would go out and shoot some more video and pop into a few souvenir shops before I left. So I left the hotel at about 10 a.m. and I went out, shot a bunch of video, and as I was walking back to the hotel, as I was passing the hotel's driveway, this is what I saw. I just happened to be walking past the hotel as little Richard was being picked up and put into his car. I filmed it from the end of the driveway, and then I kept walking another block until I got to Lower Broadway where the souvenir shops are. I popped into a few souvenir shops. I was down there maybe 10 or 15 minutes, and then it was around 10:50 a.m. when I walked back to the hotel to check out and head to the airport. When I got to the hotel and started walking up the driveway, I noticed that little Richard's gold Escalade was still there, and he was sitting in the passenger seat. The valet was standing about 20 or 30 feet away from little Richard, and I had to get my car at a valet parking. So I got my car ticket out of my purse and I gave it to the valet. And as I was doing that, I looked over at little Richard and he appeared to be looking at me. So I waved and he waved back. I took that as a sign that he was friendly and approachable, so I then walked up to him where he was in his car. He was all dressed up. He had a blue and white blazer on. The blazer had like a music print. I remember seeing like blue music notes on a white background. He had a hair comb in his hand. I guess he had been or was going to comb his hair. He was smiling a lot. He was very happy and he was very nice. And I had a short conversation with him. He gave me a fist bump, and just before I was walking away, he blessed me. I was blessed by little Richard. Right now it's about 8 p.m. and I just got home a little while ago, maybe like an hour ago. And the cats have been very good while I'm away. Simba's been resting a lot. And Stella and Boo and everyone, for the most part, they've been getting along. Splash has been hiding more than normal. And yeah, that's the deal. So there is an issue that happened while I was away. Ants. And I know I predicted this before I left, that every year I get ants inside. And since I've been home, I found like 3 ants along this baseboard. And there's been some other ants found in the house. No one's sure where exactly they're coming from. I did have someone check out like where they could be coming from. The outside of the house has been sprayed. But obviously with the cats here, we just want to be really careful with the inside of the house. But right now they're all hanging out and they want to be fed soon. They have not had their dinner yet, but I'm not feeding them yet for a little while until things calm down. Right now, I have a calm moment here to just film a few things. So the situation is that I am home for less than 48 hours. I'm probably home for about maybe 38 hours. And I'm home all day tomorrow so I could do laundry, catch up with some stuff. And then the next day, I'm back on a plane and heading out on another business trip. So that's good. The cats can get back to normal for a few days, and then they will be back with cat sitters. Okay, so I'm just about to feed the cats downstairs. And first I want to brush them. And if there's a lot of noise in the background, it is the washing machine that's on. Hello, Simba. You want me to brush you? You're gonna roll over so I can brush your tummy? I'm gonna roll over so I can brush your tummy. There you go, Simba. Simba's so smart. Simba always knows when I want to brush his tummy, right, Simba? Brush your tummy, Simba? Brush your tummy? Okay, no, just your back right now. Or your tummy. Your tummy again? A little bit of the tummy. Okay, you want your side of your neck there. Okay, Simba. So the cats did not have any hairballs while I was away for the past 5 days. They did not vomit. They were very, very good. And they ate all their food except for Splash, because Splash has been hiding more than usual. But the rest have been fine. Okay. Come on, Splash. Come on, Splashy. Okay, Stella. We're gonna brush Stella. Sometimes Stella likes to move around when I brush her. Sometimes she tries to get away from the brush. Yeah, good girl, Stella. We get a bunch of fur off of you. She's actually enjoying this, although she's moving around. Oh, you're not enjoying it, Stella? I'm sorry. You don't want no more brushing? Simba wants brushing. Simba says, brush me, I like it. Okay. She's gonna knock him. I'm sorry, Stella. You said you didn't want no more brushing. So I brushed Simba. Now you want brushing? Now you said I want brushing too? Okay. Okay. Splash is all excited to eat. See how he's rubbing up against all the other cats? Okay, Splashy. Come on. I would be able to brush Splash a lot better if I didn't have all these other cats in my way. Like, I can't even walk and they're in my way. Okay. What's going on here, Stella? What's going on here? I was doing so good brushing Splash. That's like the most I've ever brushed Splash, and Stella gotta go act up. Okay, you guys just witnessed it. That was the first time I've ever brushed Splash more than like 1 or 2 strokes. That's the first time he ever let me brush him. That's huge. It's time to brush Boo. Boo, be a good boy, let me brush you. All the boys are eating their food. And Stella's sitting by me. She wants to get some pets. Stella told me she doesn't want to eat because she wants a meaty stick, so I'm giving her a meaty stick. Simba, go back to eating. Eat your meaty stick, Stella. Yeah, you don't want it? You done with it? Yeah. You want it or no? Oh, you want me to put it down? Here, go eat it now. Eat it now. You don't want it? Are you going to eat it or no? Throw it out, you said? You're done with it? You done with it? I'm putting a few ant traps in rooms where the cats cannot go. And this is what's going on. Boo's just hanging out behind Stella. Right now it's a little after 10 p.m. I've been down here playing with the cats. I just gave Stella some crunchies on this platter. Splash has some crunchies on the rug. The thing is, now that there's ants, I can't leave crunchies lying around. Like, I can't leave food lying around. So it's like they can only eat what they can eat. And then after a short while, I have to take the food away because even right now, I just see an ant that I have to squash. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.
Sit, Boob. Good boy. Good boy.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals.
Good boy. You sitting? boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Sit, Boo. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Boo.
Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you.
Hello, Splashy.
Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals.
Sit down. Good boy. Good boy, Bo.
It's 8:15 a.m. Good morning, Boo. Boo's so shiny. It is about 8:30 a.m. right now, and Boo is going to be a very happy boy today because the cats are having canned food for breakfast. They're having the 4-Health grain-free turkey and giblets dinner. Well, at least Boo is. And the reason why is because I'm completely out of raw food. When I bought raw food a week ago, there was a very limited selection in the stores, and I could not buy as much as I wanted to buy. So I have to go out today and catch up with some errands from when I was away. And one of the things I need to do is buy raw food for the cats. Want some food, Boo? Are you hungry? Want some food? This is Boo's favorite kind of food. Anything in a can, Boo loves. And he hasn't had any. He hasn't had any in like 2 weeks, right, Boo? Okay. Okay, Boo, you ready? Are you ready for your breakfast? Ready for breakfast? I also put a few of the bench and field treats on his food. I'm gonna give him some water. So I just dropped this camera, and I did not mean to drop the camera, but it had some kind of grease from the canned cat food, either on my hand or on the camera, I'm not sure where, and it slipped and it fell, and it seems that it fell in such a way that it no longer wants to work properly. So this is my main vlogging camera. This is the camera that I use to shoot all the videos. The majority of the footage, I would say 80 to 90% of the footage in the videos, I use this camera for. Now the camera's not working, so I am now forced to go out and buy a new camera. Good morning, Stella. How are you? The cats were downstairs last night because I got in very late, and it was just the easy thing to do. They're happy down there, and it was nice and cool down there. Hello, Stella. You ready to eat some breakfast? Hello, Simba. Are you ready to eat some breakfast? Hello, Splashy. The roses have gone crazy while I was away. Like, I've never seen them bloom this much. I think it's because we've gotten so much rain. Boo's sneaking downstairs because he wants to eat the cat food. It's the canned food on the platter. Boo! Boo would eat that entire platter of food if I let him. Hello, Simba. Hello, Stella. It is 3:11 p.m. and the cats have been taking naps downstairs. Hello. They still have not finished their breakfast and it looks like they're just not going to eat it. I gave them each a little plate of crunchies. These plates are obviously the can covers. Stella has one. Simba has one. They have about a half a tablespoon of crunchies on each one. And Splash has one. He's eating about 8 feet away. It is 6:54 p.m. and I'm upstairs with Boo. And the other cats are downstairs and the gates are in the door. At least I think the gates are in the door. The gates were in the door the last time I checked. But Stella's up here. Stella, how'd you get here? Maybe one of the gates are not in the door? Okay. One of the gates are not in the door. I thought I had put all of the gates in the door because I wanted to keep Boo from going downstairs and eating the food. But I guess I took the middle gate out and I forgot that I took it out. So today for dinner, the cats are getting Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Chicken Bites, and they're getting one of the Primal Raw Venison Nuggets because the store that I went to only had the venison. They did not have the rabbit, and the cats don't really like most of the other flavors, so I got them the venison. They also had 2 of the 3-pound bags of the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw Chicken Bites, so I was thrilled that they had those, and they were fresh bags. The expiration date is February 2019, so I bought both bags. I also put 2 of the Bench and Field treats in there, and I put a bunch of water. So Boo should eat those. He's drinking the water. The cats are eating their food. They should eat it, at least half of it, if not all of it. This might be something they eat half of and come back to the rest later, or it might be something they eat all of right away. The canned food that they had for breakfast that they did not eat, I'm putting that outside for Hydrox. Splash is watching from about 10 feet away. I just tried to pick him up and he didn't let me, so that's why he's watching from 10 feet away. Plus it takes him a little more time to kind of get comfortable again when I get home. Boo tried to bite me twice last night. I guess maybe because I smelled different. Or maybe he was like mad. Stella was nice to me and Simba was nice to me when I got home. I got home late last night. But Boo wasn't very nice to me. So, yeah. I just came outside and there's a cat relaxing in the dirt. Probably because it's cool over there by the bush. I think this is Hydrox. I'm pretty sure it's Hydrox. But I have been away, so. Anyway, I'm gonna give him this plate of food. I was gonna leave it under the table, but now I wonder if I should put it over there. He looks very comfortable, so I really don't want to disturb him. Okay, I just came inside, and Hydrox went over to the food to eat the food. He looks like he's lost some weight, but it could be that he just shed his winter coat and he has his summer coat on. I mean, I think this is Hydrox. I'm pretty sure it's Hydrox. And yeah, that is a new table. New feeding table in front of the feeder. This one is 2 feet by 3 feet. It's still 1 foot tall. Before there were 2 tables in front of it that were 2 feet by 2 feet. Originally there was only one 2 foot by 2 foot table, and then when both Boo and Hydrox were like sharing patio space and needed to be fed separately, then I had a second 2 by 2 table built. And now, since there haven't been cat fights over food, there's just one table that is 2 foot by 3 foot, just because we think it's a better size. And it was also painted to try to match the color of the doghouse, but it's not a very good match. I would have preferred if it was stained a very similar color to the doghouse, but I didn't make the table, so it is what it is. It serves its purpose. It's better looking than those blue and gray ones that were there. So there goes Hydrox. I'm pretty sure that's Hydrox based on his back legs. Right now it is 11:21 p.m. and I am just about to give the cat some crunchies. Here's Boo in the container of crunchies. And there is Simba and Splash waiting for their crunchies, and I apologize for the darkness of the video. This is my camera that's not good in low light situations. Simba's a brave boy, and he walked over here onto the rug near Boo. Simba was afraid to greet Boo earlier today. Simba's been keeping his distance from Boo ever since Boo did whatever Boo did to Simba before I left, or the other day when Simba screamed. How you doing, Boo? You being a good boy? So Boo does this thing where when I try to spoon the crunchies out of the crunchy container, he knocks them out of the spoon. And that's what he did right now. And he's running around eating up all the crunchies that he knocked out of the spoon. Simba has crunchies, Splash has crunchies, but they're more interested at looking at Boo and being like, what are you doing? So Boo's gobbling up his second spoonful of crunchies. Simba has left. Simba decides he does not want to eat with Boo. And I moved Splash's little plate a little bit farther away from Boo, and now Splash is eating his crunchies. Splash loves crunchies. So while I was away, Boo has learned how to sit. So if I say sit, Boo, he'll sit. Sit down, Boo, sit. Sit. Boo, sit. Sit. Good boy. I just reset the exposure on this camera. The highest it goes is +2. So that's what it's on right now. Hopefully it's a little bit better. Anyway, so Boo just finished 3 spoonfuls on his little plate. Splash finished everything that was on his little plate. He's now working on Simba's. The spoon that I'm using for the crunchies is half of a tablespoon, and Boo has had like 5 or 6 of them now, so he's not getting any more. This is the last of it because I don't want him to get an upset stomach from overeating. Boo's supposed to be in his room tonight. Boo was on free roam last night, and he's supposed to be in his room. But right now, Splash is in Boo's room. I don't know what he's doing in there. And there is 1.5 of these little plates of crunchies that the other cats did not finish. They probably want their crunchies downstairs away from Boo. I'm coming downstairs to give Stella some crunchies. And all I see are feathers all over the place. I don't know what they have, but they've been pulling the feathers out. There's a yellow feather. There's a pink feather, and there's an orange feather. What have you guys been doing? Killing birds? It looks like it came from this, whatever that is. Okay, so the feathers are from this, and I have no idea what this is from. Like, these feathers are from something, but I don't know what. I don't know what this was. Some kind of toy that had a bunch of feathers. And now I don't know. But I do see that they finished their dinner. They ate about 2/3 of it before, and then I put a few spoons of crunchies on it, and then they finished it. So Stella seems to really like these feathers. She's rolling around in them. Stella loves anything that's like feathers. She thinks it's a bird. We be nice to each other, right, Stella? Stella, we be nice to each other. You want some crunchies? Want some crunchies, Stella? You didn't have none. You had no crunchies. But you had crunchies with your dinner, right? Want some crunchies now? You guys all want some crunchies now? Some nighttime crunchies downstairs? Do you want some nighttime crunchies downstairs without Boo? Without Boo, right? I just played with the cats for a few minutes under the scratch and rolls. And then I gave Stella some crunchies on the platter. I gave Splash some crunchies on this little plate, but Simba's eating them. Splash, I keep giving you crunchies and you keep backing away from them. Of course Simba's gonna eat them. If you don't eat them, he's gonna eat them. Splash, you gotta be a little bit more assertive, okay? Splash needs some assertiveness training. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. Good morning, Stella. How are you today? Stella jumped on the bed for her pets. You a nice girl, Stella? Nice girl, Stella? Do you want some breakfast? We're gonna eat some food, Stella? Breakfast? Food? Good morning, Boo. Did you have a nice night? Good morning, Simba. It's a rainy day today, but the geese are out getting a meal. They're all crossing the road right now. There's one straggler. They've gotten really big. Hello, Simba. Yeah, I know you don't like Boo since he did something to you. I still don't know what he did to you. Did he bite you? Did he scratch you? What did he do to you that you don't like him, Simba? I think he wants to play with you, because you're the only one that might play with him. The others don't want to play with him. I know, he plays too rough for you, right? You don't like how he plays. He doesn't play like a gentleman. He plays too rough. He doesn't know the rules. There goes some birds. Okay, we gotta eat. We gotta eat breakfast, Simba. Let's go eat. Let's go eat breakfast. Come on. All right, Boo, let's eat. Let's go. So right now, all of the cats are eating their food together. When Boo eats downstairs, then Splash steps up. When Boo does not eat downstairs, Splash kind of hangs back and doesn't eat with the other cats. But when Boo eats downstairs, Splash steps up. It's so funny. So Boo's eating on the bottom step. The other cats are eating together. While I was away, Boo did not eat with the other cats as often as he would have if I was here. So we did take a few steps back in that department. But we'll catch up slowly. For breakfast, the cats are eating a meal of Nature's Variety Instinct raw chicken bites and primal raw venison nuggets for cats, and they have some water added. And they also have some bench and field treats. I put 2 bench and field treats in each of the venison nuggets. The reason why they're eating the venison nuggets, even though I don't like feeding them venison because I don't think it's really something that's biologically appropriate for cats, because in the wild, cats are not going to be taking down a deer. The reason why is because I do like to give them more variety than just the Nature's Variety Instinct raw chicken bites. And the only flavor of the primal raw nuggets that the store had that the cats like was venison. So I got them these. They didn't have any turkey, they didn't have any rabbit, so they got the venison. And the other reason is they only had 2 bags of the Nature's Variety Instinct raw bites. And 2 bags would not last a full week for the cats. And I needed to buy a 3rd bag of something, so I had to make the best choice based on the inventory that they had. Boo's eating his venison nugget. He doesn't really like the instinct bites as much. Simba has decided he needs to smell Boo's butt. And there he goes. Oh, he stopped halfway up the steps. Normally he runs all the way up. Oh, there they go. They both run up the steps to get the best seats in the house, and the cat tower's in the front window. Hello, Stella. Did you enjoy your breakfast? Yeah, you liked your food? Boo is just about to go upstairs. And here's Simba. Be nice, boys. So here's what they did. They ate all of the primal raw venison nuggets. Well, I should say Boo finished them off. And Boo ate his primal raw venison nugget also. And because Boo ate his nugget and he ate the nuggets that were on this platter for the other cats, they are going to get his primal raw bites. It's only fair because if he's eating part of their food, then they're going to get the rest of his food. Boo loves it when you rub the top of his nose. Right, Boo? So Boo was laying down, and Simba came in the room and laid down maybe 4 feet away from him. Then Boo got up and approached Simba, and then Simba got upset about it. So then Simba backed away, and now Simba's moving over. I think Simba wants to make his way over to one of the cat towers, and Boo needs to learn to get along with the other cats. Okay, Boo? You'll be a nice boy. It is 6:45 p.m. right now, and there's Hydrox. I went outside to take some garbage out, and he showed up near the driveway. So I am just about to go give him some canned food. He should have dry food in the feeder, and I'll give him some dinner. There he is. He's eating his food. Splash is resting in one of the round cat beds. He loves that round bed. That's one of Splash's favorite spots in the house. He's always very comfy in there. Now last night, It was probably around 3 o'clock in the morning, and Splash let me do something that he's never let me do before. So he was in one of the cat towers in the front windows, and Stella was in the other cat tower, and I was petting Stella in the cat tower, and then I also was able to pet Splash in the cat tower. He did not run. He let me pet him for like a long time while he was in the cat tower, and that was a first for Splash, and that was really good. But then a little while later I tried to do it again, and then he ran. So I don't know, Splash is a little bit strange like that sometimes. He's like on and off, like hot and cold. He looks like he's so tired. Are you tired, Splashy? Okay, I just gave the cats their dinner. Splash is still sleeping on the round bed. I don't know if he feels that great. I don't know if he's just tired or what. But Stella and Simba are digging in. And Boo not so much because I put his plate on the bottom. And he only likes eating on the steps. Boo, are you going to eat your food? I put it on the bottom step, so now he'll eat it. Eat your food, Boo. You don't like your food? Why don't you want to eat your food? So Splash jumped out of the round cat bed, and there were a bag of treats on the table in front of the sofa. So I tried to give him some treats, but when Boo heard the treat bag, he went and tried to eat them on Splash. But then Simba came by and he wanted to eat them. Next thing you know, Stella's there, so all the cats are looking at the treat bag. So now Boo is checking out the plate of food, the platter of food. Now he's checking out his own. So since nobody else wants to eat right now, what Boo has been doing is going back and forth between the platter and his plate. And it's so weird, like he'll eat out of the platter on the ground, but if his plate's on the ground, he won't eat out of his plate. Now Simba's gonna check out Boo's food. Okay, they've done like a plate swap. It's the same exact food. The same exact food is on both plates. Good night, Queen Stella. You're gonna lay in your wheatgrass bed tonight. I can't believe the wheatgrass bed is still here. Good night, Splash. Do you want some crunchies? Do you guys want some crunchies? Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you. Boo, Stella doesn't like it when you try to attack her sons. You know that. You know that. You gotta play nice with the boys, Boo. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo. The Lucky Ferals. The cats are eating their food. There's Splash. I put Boo's plate on the bottom step where he's been eating, and he refused to come down and eat there, so I had to put it up quite a few steps higher, closer to where he was sitting. I think he's feeling intimidated by the other cats. Splash did this really strange thing last night when Boo was laying on the sofa just relaxing. Splash was sitting across the room, and then out of nowhere he just came over to where Boo was sitting, and he was looking at him like really, really intensely, like staring him down. And then he kind of like got up on his hind legs and approached where Boo was laying on the couch. It was really weird. And then he backed away. So I don't know what he was doing, but I think he was giving Boo like some kind of a warning. So Boo's here right now. Okay, once again, you guys just missed it, and I missed it too. I don't know what happened. All of a sudden I looked, and Boo was not on the steps anymore. He wasn't eating on the steps anymore. But the 3 other cats were still eating down here. And then all of a sudden, I just heard Boo going crazy upstairs, like running around the house like a madman. So it sent all 3 of the cats flying. Stella and Simba went flying down here for cover. And Splash actually flew up the stairs, which is surprising. So Splash was the brave one to fly up the stairs and see what's going on upstairs. So I am putting Boo's breakfast in his room. He really did not eat much of it. He like drank the liquid and that was it. So now that Boo's in his room, he's eating his food. Okay, so today I just planted some oat grass for the cats, and I basically reused this plastic container. Then I had 2 of these, I think they were like the cocoa coir pellets, and I had the second half of the seeds of the oat grass. So I planted them in here. I have the cover on, and this is just going to go in the corner, and hopefully these will sprout. And in this container I also planted some wheatgrass for myself. The other's oat grass, this is wheatgrass, and I'm going to be really curious to see if this grows. I did not really soak the seeds, I wet them, but I'm putting them in here, and we'll see what happens. Okay, it's 6 p.m. right now, and I have no idea what just happened because there was no camera on it, but let me describe to you what just happened. It happened right here in the kitchen, and hello, Boo. I'm just about to talk about you. So I was in the living room, and I sit down because I say, okay, I'm just gonna start editing today's video. And Boo was in the living room, and Stella was kind of sitting by the back door. Stella was like somewhere around here where Boo is now. And Boo has been having the crazies this afternoon where he kind of like runs around the house like a lunatic. So Boo all of a sudden just takes off full speed from the living room, and I hear him running down the hall, running into the kitchen, and then I hear like him skidding to a stop because I hear like the loudest, meanest hiss that you can imagine coming out of a cat that's not like a lion or a tiger, like a big cat. And And then I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? It did not sound like a fight, like a knockdown, drag out fight or anything. It just sounded like a confrontation, like maybe Boo like ran right into Stella or something. So I came into the kitchen and Boo looked terrified, and Stella just was kind of like sitting around here, and she looked very proud of herself. But I did check Stella. I checked Stella to make sure she, you know, wasn't injured, and I checked Boo also. Neither of them appear to be injured. Gosh, I wish I had a camera on. I have no idea what just happened. But Boo looked really scared by it, and in fact, when I went to try to pet him, he ran into his room and under his daybed, and he usually does that when he's afraid of something. Meanwhile, Stella went downstairs. Stella, you okay? Did you beat up Boo? Stella, did you beat up Boo? Were you mean to him? You didn't like how he was running? He was running too fast? Is that what it was? You weren't happy with him? Stella, I know you really like Boo. You really like Boo, but you're just telling him that you're the queen and you rule the house, right? You rule the cats? Right, Stella? That's what you're telling. You've been telling Boo that you rule the cats and you're the queen. He better not think he's ruling any of the cats, and those are your sons, right, Stella? Yeah, I get it. Boo will get it. He'll come around, but he does like to play with you, Stella. Boo likes to play with you, Stella. He likes to play with Simba, and he likes to play with Splash, and nobody wants to play with him because he plays rough. We know Boo plays rough, and that's why you have to swat at him to keep him in his place, right, Stella? Okay. Boo, Stella doesn't like it when you try to attack her sons. You know that. You know that. You gotta play nice with the boys, Boo. Boo, you gotta play nice with the boys. They're gentle cats. They're not thugs. They're gentle cats, right, Boo? They're gentleman cats. Are you a gentleman cat? No, you're a thug. Who's that? Is that your girlfriend? Your girlfriend just came upstairs? Right now it's 8:10 p.m. and I saw Hydrox standing on the patio, so I thought I would come outside and give him another half of a can of food. He had some before, and I'll give him more now. The roses are still in bloom. I was going to give Hydrox food on the old plate, but there's some ants on it, so I'm giving him food on a fresh plate. So I just moved the table aside to squash some ants down here, and I don't know if you guys could see it, but here the patio is such a mess. Like here where all the animals come in, like the inside is like really dirty, and then the whole patio here is filthy. I think I'm gonna I have a power washer, but someone borrowed it, and I think I'm gonna be getting it back soon, so maybe in a few weeks I will have this patio power washed again. I think Hydrox is looking pretty handsome in his summer coat. He's looking very svelte. Okay, I'm getting their dinner ready, and Boo has decided that he wants to come down with the other cats. He wants to be with them. I have a GoPro on a tripod, and so here are the cats. Stella's rubbing up against my legs right now, but they're all gonna eat. Okay, Stella has decided she wants to walk away because Simba's right here. Okay, so far everyone's been nice to each other. So far there has not been any hissing. I'm still putting their food together. All 4 cats are here. Oh, here's Boo. Hello, Boo. Okay, so I tried giving Boo his plate right there, but he would not eat it, and Simba tried eating it. So then I put the plate up here, but he would not eat it. Simba tried eating it. So I moved Boo halfway up the steps, and he's eating his Bench and Field treats. They each have 2 Bench and Field treats on the Primal Raw venison nuggets, along with the Nature's Variety Instinct Raw chicken bites, and some water, And I also have them on anti-parasite herbs, just 1 drop each. And there's Splash. He's just hanging out. He should be eating. So what I've been doing is I've been putting 1 drop of an anti-parasite tincture on the Primal Raw Nuggets. The recommended serving of the parasite tincture is 1 drop per 7 pounds of body weight. So that would be about 2 drops per cat, but I'm just doing it as like a light spring cleaning. Plus, I don't know that like each cat is only getting 1 drop. So it could be like Simba right now getting 2 drops and Splash getting no drops and Stella getting 1 drop. Boo, if he eats his Primal Raw Nugget, gets 1 drop. So with these 3 cats that are sharing the platter, I don't know. That's why I only do 1 drop each in case 1 cat gets all 3. It's not going to have a detrimental effect at all. And again, it's just for kind of like a very mild spring cleaning. And I've been doing that pretty much every meal for the past day or 2 since I've been home. Eat your food, Boo. It's probably one of the reasons why Boo has not been eating his food so fast. He probably smells it and doesn't like it. Eat your food, Boo. The other reason why is he knows that if he waits, then I'll put some crunchies on it because when he gets his crunchies, he eats his food. Eat your food, Boo. It's 11:45 p.m. right now. Simba's been hanging out on the cat tower in my room. He's on top of the cat tower. How are you, Simba? I've spent the past few hours editing videos and catching up with the stuff on my computer. If I wasn't posting videos, I would have had that time to interact with the cats. But because I'm posting videos, I'm juggling my time between cats and videos. Right, Simba? Simba looks so comfortable. I'm just about to go into Boo's room and give him his nightly crunchies. Stella, Splash, and Simba are on free roam tonight. Do you hear him purring? So Boo's in his room, and this is what he does. He does not finish his instinct bites until I put some crunchies on them. So this is what he's gonna get now. He'll get some crunchies. Okay, Boo? Boo's all excited. But first, Boo, I gotta brush you, okay? We gotta brush you. Boo loves being brushed while he's brushing himself on the arch. Come on. Come on, Boo. Okay, I just got a lot of fur off of Boo. He still wants me to brush him. He's gonna brush himself. Boo's decided he's gonna brush himself on the brush. I have not given him any crunchies yet, but he's been just pretty much losing his mind in joy of being brushed and knowing crunchies are on the way. So I put some crunchies on his plate. I also gave him some crunchies in his tip and treat. He likes to eat the crunchies in the tip and treat first, and then he'll finish the ones on his plate. Okay, Boo, you have a good night. Okay, Simba just got brushed too. Look at all that fur coming off of Simba. Actually, he still wants me to brush him. He's purring away. But you're purring? Oh, you want me to do your tummy? Okay, I'll do your tummy. Okay, switch hands, right? Switch hands. Can you hear him purring? There's feathers all over down here. I don't know what that toy was. Whatever that feather toy was, it got destroyed. Right, Simba? Yep, I know you like that. Okay, enough? Okay. Look at all that fur. Look at all that fur, Simba. Okay. Now let's brush Stella. Stella's hanging out in the bed. Hello, Stella. I know you like this little blue bed. She's gonna go in her truck. Yep. Stella loves her truck. Stella, you like your truck? I think Stella is starting to enjoy being brushed more than she did in the past. I mean, she still doesn't like it as much as Boo or Simba, but she tolerates it more now. Right, Stella? You tolerate it more? Not that much fur yet. Come on, Stella. What's the matter? You look so pretty, Stella. You look so pretty when I brush you. Okay, we done? Okay. Okay, so they're all getting their little dishes of crunchies. There's Stella's crunchies on her little pink can cover. Simba has the orange one. And Splash has the white one. I gave Splash about twice as many crunchies as I gave to Stella and Simba. Stella and Simba probably got like a tablespoon each, and Splash got 2. Just because I feel like he doesn't eat as much food as the other ones do. Good boy, Splashy. Right now it's 1:03 a.m. I'm just about to go to bed, but I'm just sneaking some crunchies to Splash. This is what he does. He hangs out around here, and I was in the kitchen. And then I said, Splash, you want some crunchies? And then he meows at me. And then he hangs out here, so I just gave him some crunchies on one of these little can covers. So, hopefully he'll eat them. Splash, you want them? Splash. Splash likes it when I whisper. Okay, Splash. Okay, eat your crunchies. I'm going to bed. I'll see you later, Splash. Good night, Splash. Eat your crunchies. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you. Okay, well, here we have all 4 cats, and somebody was growling. I don't know who, but Boo does not like how Splash is looking at him right now. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. Good morning, Stella. I just got out of the shower, and Stella is giving me her seal of approval. Stella loves this soap, right? Stella, you love the frankincense and myrrh soap, right? Yep. Stella says she owns my legs because they smell so nice from the soap. Right, Stella? She sees birds flying outside the windows. Hello, Stella. I forgot to defrost raw food for the cats last night, so right now I have some laid out here on this aluminum pan to defrost faster. It's just about ready to be served. See? Simba backs away. Simba backs away. Boo, come here. You be nice to Simba. You be nice to Simba. You could be nice to Simba. Are you? Good morning, Boo. Be nice. Be nice boy. So I'm preparing breakfast for the cats, and I just sprinkled a little bit of crunchies on their breakfast. And Boo's here, and Stella's here, and Simba's here, and Splash is not too far away. Hello, Boo. Boo does anything for crunchies, right? There's all 4 cats. You guys ready for breakfast? Okay, so the cats were doing really good together, and then Stella knocked over the camera. I have this GoPro on a tripod, and I guess Stella got really excited to eat, and she rubbed up against it and knocked the whole thing over. And that scared all the cats, and Splash went running to the other side of the room, and Boo went running up the stairs. So right now, Stella's eating. Simba is just about to join her. Maybe not. I had to give Boo his food halfway up the steps because he got afraid of the camera. And there's Splash. Splash was spooked by the whole thing also. Okay, I have no idea what's up with Splash, but he just walked all the way up to Boo, and it looked like he was going to eat off of Boo's plate with Boo, but then he just smelled it and backed down. So this is the Canon G7X that dropped on the floor several days ago and stopped working. I was able to get it working again. I thought it was just that the memory card had, came out or gotten loose, and when I took out the battery and the memory card and put them back in, the camera started to work again. But it seems that it is only working to take videos. When I try to take any kind of still photo with this, the camera does not work. It's really weird. So based on that, it looks like I really don't trust using this camera anymore. I really can't use this camera anymore because it does not take still images, and this camera will be retired. I did buy another Canon G7X Mark II from Best Buy the other day because they had the last one, and I got the last one that they had in stock. So I do have a replacement, and it's kind of sad because these are expensive cameras, but I would say this one lasted me, I think I got it in February of last year, so it lasted me about 15 months. And the reason why it stopped working is because it has been dropped multiple times. I wish they made these cameras a little bit better. I mean, it's not like it was dropped from, 20 feet or anything. It was only dropped from like a tabletop height, which is only usually like 3 feet. So that's usually how all of my cameras end up dying, because somehow they get dropped. And so yeah, it's time to bid farewell to this Canon G7X Mark II. Okay, this is really gross. But it's like 5:25 p.m. I just got home and I was going to check my mailbox in front of the house. And I just found this. It looks like a puddle of vomit. It could be diarrhea. I don't know. It's hard to say. And I don't think it's from Boo from today because he really did not eat his breakfast. So maybe it's from last night. It could be any of the cats. And it doesn't smell. There's no smell. And there's a whole bunch of ants around it, which is gross. And I found this Ecologic ant and roach killer that is safe around children and pets. And I used this last year near the back door. And it's made out of like lemongrass and essential oils and stuff, and it really worked well. So I'm going to spray this down to get the ants, and then I'm going to clean everything up. And yeah, I'm going to have to check the security camera. Not that it's going to tell me anything because the security camera does not show this part of the room. But yeah, this is so not fun, and I don't know who did this. Okay, everything has been cleaned up, and this is what I used on it. This is Ecologic Ant and Roach Killer. It says it kills by contact, made with lemongrass oil. Also kills spiders, crickets, and other listed insects. And it's safe around children and pets. And it smells really good. It almost has like a citronella type smell. It says use as a spot treatment indoors, along and behind baseboards, around and beneath appliances, beneath and behind sinks. Kills ants, cockroaches, and other insects as listed. Safe around children and pets. Made with a naturally derived botanical oil. Tested to ensure effectiveness. It says it causes moderate eye irritation. Avoid contact with eyes or clothing. Wash thoroughly with soap and water after handling and before eating, drinking, chewing gum, or using the toilet. So I used this near the back door last year when there were some ants coming in the back door. And since there were ants around this vomit today, I just used it around the vomit, and then I used it almost like a floor cleaner. So right now everything has been cleaned up, and if I had to choose a cat who did this, I would say it's either Boo or Splash. I think it might be Boo because I did mention that I was putting the parasite drops in their food, and I feel like he was never tested for worms as thoroughly as the other cats were when they went to the vet. So there is the potential that he might have some kind of worms, and that when he gets the parasite drops, it could be affecting him and making him vomit worms up, or the worm pieces. I mean, I looked through that vomit, I didn't see any whole worms. There could have been tapeworm pieces. There could have been, I mean, there were some pieces that almost looked like pieces of oatmeal. Usually tapeworm looks more like rice though, and that, if anything, looked more like oatmeal pieces, which was kind of weird. It could also have been part of the food that he gets, because there is, you know, some fat in the food. Could have been like little fatty pieces. My other suspect would be Splash, because I have seen Splash hanging out in this area more than the other cats. So right now it's a toss-up between Splash and Boo. And Splash has been you know, hanging out in the round cat bed more often than not. So it's either one of those. So this is the Primal Raw Venison Nugget. And that thing that I just picked out of it, that's like what I saw in the vomit. So it makes me think that the vomit was a combination of the Primal Raw Nuggets and also the Instinct Nuggets. So maybe the vomit happened after dinner last night. It could be. Okay, well, here we have all 4 cats. And somebody was growling. I don't know who. But Boo does not like how Splash is looking at him right now. Boo just said, "You better back off, buddy. Who do you think you are?" Right, Boo? Ready to eat? So because of the vomit, Boo's only getting 1 nugget, and the cats are getting 2 nuggets. They're getting the instant raw bites, and I'm saving one of the other nuggets for Boo. So Boo will only get 2 nuggets since he didn't eat his instant raw bites for breakfast. Now, I don't know what you guys saw or what you didn't see because I do have a GoPro running right now, but it looked like Splash actually hit Boo. Splash, like, you know, swatted at Boo. I was like, what is that about? Splash is trying to exert some kind of dominance over Boo? That's like the weirdest thing. Splash is afraid of everything, unless he's, you know, trying to show his dad, look, I'm not afraid of you. Unless he's also warning Boo, you know, don't mess with my brother, because Boo has not been nice to Simba lately. But anyway, right now they're all eating. Thank you for watching this Lucky Ferals video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you'd like me to post more videos, and please make sure to check out these other videos that were selected especially for you. Boo, are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? You have to learn how to play gentle. Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, and Boo, the Lucky Ferals. What's the matter, Boo? What's the matter, Boo? Don't you want to be a nice boy? You don't want me to touch your paws? He's getting mad. It is 12:50 a.m. and I'm coming downstairs to give the cats their nightly crunchies. Stella's hanging out in her little blue bed, and Splash just gave her a kiss. Stella loves the bed. She loves it. Splash likes the arch. All 3 of the blue beds are down here right now because they really like laying in them. Stella likes that one, Simba likes the one in the middle, Splash likes the other one. Okay, I just gave them some crunchies on these little caps, And that's Stella's cap full of crunchies. And of course Simba's eating it. I also put some crunchies in this crunchy board, and they haven't had it in here in a while because of the ant situation, but I feel like the ants calmed down, at least down here. Today there were ants by the front door where the vomit was, but down here there really hasn't been many, and so they're gonna get this as a treat. 9 a.m. Good morning, Boo. Good morning, Stella. We'll eat in a few minutes, okay? You be good, girl. The cats are eating on their royal platter of peace today. It's a big platter. There's plenty of room for Boo to join them on this platter, but he doesn't want to come all the way down the steps. Boo's eating about halfway up the steps today. Hello, Splash. You can eat. You just want to guard? You want to guard the cats? You don't want to eat? You say, I'll eat later? Okay, you guys just missed it. So Simba was standing right there, and Boo walked up to Simba. He walked up to Simba and he smelled his nose. He gave Simba a little kiss, and then as soon as Simba smelled Boo, his ears went to the side. He backed up and he made a meowing noise. So he was not happy at all. So Simba jumped onto the top of the cat tower. And Boo is hanging out here on the rug. But Boo needs to realize that if he's mean to the other cats, they're not going to want to be around him. And if he wants to play with them, he has to be nice to them, because they're not going to want to play with him if he's mean to them. Right now, Simba doesn't want anything to do with Boo. And Simba used to love Boo. It's just a few weeks ago, Simba really loved Boo so much that he was rubbing up all against Boo, and then Boo beat him up. And then it was just a little while after that Simba was sitting in the cat tower minding his own business, and Boo had to jump up on the chair next to him and again attack him for no reason. I don't know exactly what happened. I just remember hearing Simba scream. So, Boo, if you're upset that nobody wants to be with you and no one wants to play with you, that's why. It's because you need to be nice to the cats. Look at this. Okay, so Stella walked into my room and she's eyeing the cat tower like she wants to jump to the top. But Boo followed her in the room and Boo's just looking at her. Boo's sitting maybe 5 feet away from her and looking at her and looking at her, and she's been hissing at him because she feels cornered. And it's going to be interesting to see what she's going to do because Boo is now laying down and blocking her way out of the room. Stella jumped on the bed. Okay, Stella, it's okay. Boo left the room. He left. He knows you don't like him. He knows you don't like him. Okay, we just had a fight on the cat tower. Here's Boo. What he did was he ran into the room like a maniac and he jumped up the cat tower to the middle section, got on his hind legs and started swatting at Stella. And then she started swatting at him. And the next thing you know, there's a bunch of fur flying. Boo, I told you that the cats are not gonna want to play with you if you keep being mean to them. You are the one that instigated that. Stella was so peaceful on top of that cat tower, and you had to jump up there and hit her. Why did you hit her, Boo? Boo. Look at me, Boo. Boo, look at me. Boo, look me in the eye. Boo, why did you hit Stella? Why? Why did you swat at her? Because she doesn't want to play with you? Boo, they don't want to play with you because you play rough. You got to learn to play gentle, okay? Boo, are you listening to me? Are you listening to me? You have to learn how to play gentle. They'll play with you, but you have to play gentle. Do you know what gentle means? Gentle means you have to be nice. You have to be delicate. You have to be soft, okay? You don't be rough. Be nice and friendly and soft to them. Don't be rough. I know you like playing rough, Boo. But they don't like playing rough. Somebody want some food? Somebody going to eat? Are you hungry? You want some crunchies? Stella, Splash, Simba, Hydrox, the Lucky Ferals. It is 8:15 a.m. and I'm brushing Stella. Stella has been needing me all morning. She's done it like 3 times now. The first time was when I was trying to wake up, like my alarm went off, and then Stella shows up and she started kneading my arm. And then a little while later, she started kneading like another area on my arm. And then just now, I got out of the shower, sat down on the bed, and next thing you know, Stella's here, kneading me again.